Hoppers, maybe one. Come on.
KA band.
Okay, we got a KA right there. I didn't see anything. Days ago, a total. Super, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. This is Robert from Custodian File. Today's March 7th. So what we see here is a Black Hawk coming in, looking around. He gets tagged, and he also triggers the K-band. That happens 8% of the time when helicopters come in. They will trigger the X or K-band. Now, in this case, it triggered the K-band. I didn't see the Dragon, but the Dragon is just outside the frame. Obviously, there's no reason in the world why a radar detector should be going off if it's pointing at the ocean. So yeah, these small UAP fast movers, aka dragons, because I thought they were dragonflies, they do trigger, and the Black Hawk did get tagged. So the Dragon was in the area. Pretty simple. If you're new to the channel, this is very hard. I get it. Watch a few more videos. If you're used to this channel, you can see, oh, it's the same old, dragons, X-bands, K-bands. All right, let's go to the next. Super, so I'm just randomly watching videos, very easy, once you know the format. Air Force Base in Texas, F-18 coming in to refuel, and gets tagged. Very predictable, very standard, very predictable. Does it happen 100% of the time, every single time? I still say it's somewhere between 30 and 90%. It's really high. It's really high. There's the interpolation. You just simply copy and paste. Why do I call it interpolation? Because it helps you to interpret where the Dragon entered and left. It's an interpretation. Interpolation is that's being used now in AI. Interpolations, all of a sudden, this word's becoming popular. I just logically figured out a terminology 4 years ago, and I'm sticking with it. But nevertheless, the concept's pretty easy. Copy and paste. Shows you where this UAP Dragons, how fast they are. Now, the way it's spaced out, you can kind of tell that was a 30 frames a second, probably a 1080 camera. But basically that's a 30. 60 is really the way you want to go. I use a Panasonic X1000 4K 60 frames. 60 is really good. Again, you can, visible light works really well. If you want to do IR, you can. But, you don't want to make this too hard either. You want to keep it pretty simple. Visible light, and pull out your cell phone, landscape, zoom in, halfway, not too close, because you need a lot of sky. These things are fast, 2,000 miles an hour. You could zoom in, but then you run the risk of losing some dragons. So it all depends. You have a couple of buddies helping you. One can zoom in, one can zoom out. It can get fun, but right there's the perfect balance. Landscape, zoom in halfway, record 30 seconds. Look for a tiny, fast, invisible dot. That will be the UAP Dragon. They're all over the world. Very predictable, because they love to tag our helicopters, airliners, jets. Because of that, you know where and when they'll be. What do I mean by that? Today's March 7th. You can just look on the computer and see where the Blue Angels or Thunderbirds will be a week from now. And then somebody will be there and they'll post it on YouTube. Just watch the YouTube video and you'll see the dragons. It sounds too scary easy, right? You're saying that's too scary easy. So it is what it is. Please remember, if you like, subscribe, comment. I do want to hear from you. Custodianfile@gmail. If you record dragons, please send them. I'll post them. They're coming in from all over the world. You guys are keeping me really busy. I'm a retired pharmacist. I've never been so busy now in my life. It's something. They're just coming in. Brazil, London, Texas, Pasadena, California, Florida. They're all over the world. It is what it is. We can't wish it away. So some of you, so it's kind of funny because now the theory of birds and bugs are disappearing, and the new theory is it's CGI and AI, and I smile, and it's great. I understand. You want a logical explanation, Oxman's razor, whatever's got it. I get it. You'd rather believe it's birds, bugs, or CGI before it's something off the planet. So we don't know where they're from. Whether they're off the planet or they're from our future. We don't know. Let's sit down and figure it out. I tell you, when we brainstorm, really good questions come up and we get better answers. Let's brainstorm this. Okay, let's go forward. Super. Okay, we got a video from Florida from Chip. Thank you very much. You're knocking it out of the park. All these, look at that. See the airplanes in the back? Just recording aircraft. And these things are flying by. This one, hard to tell, but I think it's a saucer. It's not a small UAP, UFO dragon, but I think it's a saucer. Chip, thank you very much. Chip, you really should start your own YouTube channel. You got outstanding video. Let's go to the next. Super. Look at what do we have here? This is from John, I believe. Yes. John, very prominent attorney, Pasadena, California. He actually came down to Marina del Rey and decided to kill a little bit of time. And look at this. He just goes to the jetty rocks. He's standing right there at the beach. And as luck would have it, these look like news choppers. It's unbelievable. News choppers do not come around. They came around and they got tagged, and here's the video. And I got to tell you, I've gone down to the jetty rocks and I haven't had that kind of good luck. So what can I say? Here's the video. This is what people want. The news people are very hip to what's going on. They're extremely aware of the situation. I think that's, I can't tell what channel that is. That might be channel 5. Listen, here's a screenshot of John's YouTube page. Please check it out. Please check it out. He is doing some amazing good work. Like I say, he's a very prominent attorney. I wish I could tell you who he works for because it would just blow your mind. It would blow your mind, and I can't say anything yet. So please check out his page, check out his videos. He's knocking it out of the park also, just like Chip is in Florida. These dragon videos, these UFOs, these UAPs, they're coming in. Again, for the new viewers, I call them dragon because I thought they were dragonflies 7 years ago. This has been going on since 2017. The reason I figured it out is in the summer of 2017, the Coast Guard and the Navy came in over Marina del Rey, and they never left. And out of curiosity, I started to record their helicopters. And that's how I figured out that these small UFOs are in our airspace. And it's never stopped. There's been over 15,000 sorties from the Pentagon. It's never stopped. So please remember to like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, custodianfile@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Let's go to the next. Super. Okay, this is from John also, Latchkey Hustle, Pasadena, California. Look at this, two dragons. Now the one on the top, they target the plane, and in a way they bounce off the plane. The one on the top actually is behind the plane, and then veers off upwards, and then the one on the bottom does the same thing and ricochets down. It goes up and then ricochets down. I just interpolated this for John. Fantastic video. These twin dragons occur like 2%, not too often. Of course, I've had them. I've shown these interpolations, and I'll show my all my UFO work to any researcher. Please feel free. Custodianfile@gmail.com. This is open source. This is for humanity. Look at this one here, also by John. He's just recording. See that chopper in the background? He's just recording the aircraft, and look what happens. He records a dragon on a power line, high voltage power line. fantastic. I mean, just really textbook. Now, let me show you, because I have the same video from 5 years ago. Look at this one, also on the high voltage lines. Why are they doing that? At this point, it's pretty obvious they're running on electricity. If you watch some of the old videos, people have been abducted and walked on these UFOs. They explain to them that we're running on electric current. They've shown them giant capacitor batteries, reverse magnetism, but pretty much when I recorded this in 2018, that was just 1 and 1 was 2. If you're hanging around, those are 34,500 volts. If you're hanging around high voltage electricity, come on. You're not looking for coffee. You're not looking for directions to San Diego. You're recharging via induction. Just like you do with your cell phones now. You just throw it on a pad and it recharges. And that's what John also just recorded too. So you could basically, if you're around high voltage lines, and you see a helicopter or airplane, that's how I recorded this. Off to the right, you can't really see it, or maybe you can. There's a small Cessna airplane pulling a banner. That's all I was doing. I was recording the Cessna. And then boom, got lucky here. So yeah, could I do this again? Yeah, I mean, if I want to take the time and drive up and down in Lincoln Boulevard, Marina Del Rey, but there's just so many dragon videos out there. I just feel I don't really have to make the effort, and you could do this. Anyone could do this. It's not just Marina Del Rey. They're all over the world. As you can see, again, they're coming in from everywhere. Just, you see an airplane, take your cell phone out, hold it sideways, landscape, zoom in a little bit for 30 seconds, record. You'll see one of these dots. It is what it is. They're about 10 inches in flight. The flight, basically the corona of the object, is about 10 inches. And when they're parked, don't worry about when they're parked, because none of us are ever going to get a picture when they're parked, but it's about 1 inch. We'll come pretty close. It might just launch and you'll get a photo. I've showed those photos before, the ones in Chicago, Blue Angels. By the way, if you want to look for these, just look at air show videos, Thunderbirds, Blue Angels. It runs like a 45, 55%, where they 55% with the Blue Angels. So, and in the #1 city too, not all cities, some cities get tagged more. So Chicago Blue Angels, watch those videos on YouTube. You'll see these dragons everywhere. Reach out to me if you want. I'll give you the timeline, the IP. So I hope you liked the video today. I'm doing my best to get the word out, because I really do believe good things are going to come from this. If this is kind of scary, I can tell you I was scared for 100 days and it went away. It just goes away, and then it gets exciting, and then you want to record these. So if anything, once you record one dragon, it's a little addicting. You'll want another video and another video. That's probably my only caveat, that you'll want more than one video. So it is exciting, and for what it's worth, I was listening to a radio show a couple weeks ago, and sadly, the expert was talking about how dragons and orbs are exempt from the UFO Congress hearings. Very, very deflating to hear that, because this is where it's going on, and if this is not being submitted to Congress, like, we have our head in the sand. So all we can do is just keep forward. Disclosure will happen because you're watching. The disclosure will happen. Share this information, share the channel. These are not birds, bugs, CGI, AI, or whatever fake stuff is out there. This is pretty exciting, good news. Okay, until the next video, thank you again. This is Robert from Custodian Files. Stay well. Bye-bye.